All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakal Kadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Double honors to elders and apostles, great millstone, peace and mercy to the hopeful elect. The true names of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh for his beloved Son, Yahweh Shai for Yahweh for the Heavenly Father, Salakia. And the name of the beloved Son is Yahweh Shai. This is brother Tazabah here in Arizona, Lord willing, with another video to edify and, really bring out judgment on Esau, who are the so-called white people of today, man. Self-proclaimed white people. Because, he thinks he doesn't have anything to pay for, man. You see an article on the screen that says deaths of children at the border are strictly the fault of the Democrats, Trump. Really, those people that are sitting here coming over here from South America, Mexico and all those things, this is really their land, man. They were here before you so-called white people, man. They cultivated this land, and y'all pushed them all over to all the ends of the earth, man. So what they're doing over here on the border is they've had several children deaths on the border, saying, we treated him and we let him go and he died. No, you Edomites, man, you're probably testing stuff out on those jakes down there at the border, man. The Northern Kingdom over there is catching hell, man. And when are you other Northern Kingdoms, you so-called Latin tribes, when are you going to wake up to see that this so-called white man is the damn devil, man? Look at his policy. Look how he rules the world. Look how he does business with you. At some point, you're going to have to figure out that this man is the wicked the scriptures speak of. And you better hope you figure it out soon, man. Because if you figure it out late, man, the Lord said he's going to leave you in those torments, man. I'm going to read some of the article, man. It says, the statement comes amid a partial government shutdown just a day after Trump threatened to close the southern border entirely. Urging Democrats to provide $5 billion funding for the border wall construction and to change immigration laws. And really, this is just keying on to something else, man. We're in the time of war right now, so closing your borders is one of the first steps you got to do. You got to be able to secure your borders. It says U.S. President blamed the Democratic Party for the deaths of the migrant children, calling their immigration policies pathetic and adding that the U.S. Border Patrol needs a wall in order to prevent tragic incidents. It says this is from Trump's Twitter, the Twitter king, man. It says any deaths of children or others at the border are strictly the fault of the Democrats and their pathetic immigration policies that allow people to make a long trek thinking they can enter the country illegally. They can't. If we had a wall, they wouldn't even try to. The two children in question were very sick before they were given over to Border Patrol. The father of the young girl said it was not their fault. He hadn't given her water in days. Border Patrol needs the wall, and it will all end. They are working so hard and getting so little credit, man. You know what? And Trump's a goddamn devil. Because here it is, man. Water's supposed to be free in the world, man. But you Edomites, man, you pollute all the water, and the water that's somewhat significant to drink, you sit here and bottle it up. And you sit here and sell it at people for a price. And these people are destitute because your policies in South America, man. Why do you think they're coming over here? Because they think they have a better chance at living better, man. So you sitting there saying they didn't have any water. Well, you know what? You're supposed to be the wholesomest nation in the world. Why didn't you have water bottles for those people, man? You goddamn devils, man. And that's cool, man. That's very cool, man. That's the MO of the so-called white man. He's a goddamn devil, man. This is Zechariah 11:5. I started 4. It says, "Thus say Yahweh my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, Blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not." And that's really what it is, man. You know, you don't have these so-called Latin tribe celebrities and stuff making a huge uproar about what they're doing over there at the border. Oh, man, a lot of them are sitting there saying, you know what, you guys should have stayed down there, man. They're not defending their own people. And those are supposed to be your separates, the ones that are in a position to voice an opinion, man. Those are supposed to be your shepherds, man. And they're not even pitying you people, man, of the tribes, man. Your own brothers and sisters, man. And that's why Esau thinks it's okay, man, because our own shepherds don't pity us, and they're rich, and they're doing all these things. You know, they don't care. This is Amos 1. And I started 10. "But I will send fire upon the wall of Tyrus, which shall devour the places thereof. Thus say Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom," which are you so-called white people, man. That's who your nation goes back to, Esau, Edom. Like the scriptures say, Esau is Edom. It says, "And for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity." You know? And what did he do in South America before people started migrating, man? He sat here and made all those gangs down there. All those vicious gang members down there, those have a U.S. backed training, man. They learned the tactics of how to do scrambling activities, just to disorient a people's power structure, and they started ruling the country, man. How do you think drugs are getting in the U.S. for them to make so much money in the first place? Because the U.S. had a part in it, man. They have several movies out showing you that the CIA helped bring the drugs into the country, and that they were dealing with so-called gang members down there in the South Americas, man. Esau's done these things, man. So he pursued us with the sword and casted off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. It says, "But I will send fire upon Teman, which shall devour the places of Bozrah," man. So there's a judgment for all that wickedness you've pushed out on the nation of Israel, man. The scriptures tell you we're the apple of the Lord's eye. The scriptures tell you that all they that devour thee shall I devour. And Esau did all these things because he thought that the Lord was with him. You know, he really believed it, man. Psalm 64. And 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter, you see, just like he said, man. All these deaths on the border, those are because you Democrats, man. You know? They commune of laying snares privily, they say, who seeth them? You know? So he's been plotting these things for a while, man. And you don't know what he's doing over there on the border, man. They don't have cameras all going throughout everything, showing you the day in and day out, so the little backdoor shit that Esau's doing, man. You can be sure that a good amount of those children down there are being snatched up and raped. Because so-called white man, he's a damn pedophile, man. Look at his churches, man. Look at his establishments of morality. The Catholic Church. They have cases that look like goddamn scrolls that reach for a mile, man. With multiple priests, man. This is a so-called white man. You know, his morality is wicked, man. It says, lest favor is shown to the wicked, yet in the land of uprightness he shall do wickedly, man. It says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. You know? It says, but the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded, man. And that arrow is talking about the missiles, man. So the Most High is going to sit here and actually put out a judgment for these things. It says, so they shall make their own tongue fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And that's what's happening, man. That's what's going to happen really soon, man. When these plagues start to come upon the world, when these missiles start to be shot, you know, everybody's going to hiss at them. They're going to, ooh, you know, they're going to know that this place was wicked and it's being judged by the Heavenly Father, man, because the destruction that's going to come, man, is nothing short of heaven sent, man. This is Isaiah 47:5. It says, sit thou silent, and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. The Chaldeans were Hamites, which practiced witchcraft. And just like in America now, you know, they call this daughter Babylon, the excellency of the Chaldees, you know, because in America, believe it or not, they practice witchcraft. The talismans that witchcraft used to have, just like on the dollar bill, how they have the pyramid and the all-seeing eye, that's a talisman. In the Pentagon and all these things, they have I think the Pentagon is shaped like an owl. I believe that's the government building, which goes back to Molech. You know, there's a reason they do all these things. You know, this place practices witchcraft heavy. This it says, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancients, thou hast very heavily laid thy yoke. You know, you know, they showed us no mercy, man. You know, look, they don't even care when you Issacharites, you other southern kingdom, Ephraim, all that. They don't even care when you guys are suffering. Look what happened in Puerto Rico. It's supposed to be a part of the U.S. And for the longest time, they couldn't get power back to the goddamn island, man. People were dying. They hid how many people really died in that hurricane that hit Puerto Rico, man. They didn't care. You know, hey, that's why they said the shepherds pitied them not. Nobody gave a goddamn about you. You know, they laid off all pity for the 12 tribes of Israel, man. It says, verse 7, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end. And that's what they've done, man. They did all this stuff. They let all these things go, just like letting your children die on the goddamn border. Multiple people dying on the damn border, slave labor happening to those people that are detained in the U.S. for being here illegally. They're sitting there just getting slave labor out of them, man. It says, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasure and dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. And that's the so-called white man's mindset, man. You know, I've done all these things, man. Nobody's gonna fuck with me. And I dare somebody to say something about how I do my thing, man. That's the so-called white man's MO, man. That's how he gets down. It says, but these two things shall come upon thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in the perfection of the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off, and destruction and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, and it says, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with thy multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. See, because they labored from their youth, because when this country was founded, it was founded by a bunch of Freemasons, man. And Freemasons go deep into witchcraft, man. Aleister Crowley is one of their biggest icons, man. If you look up Aleister Crowley, man, he was a wicked devil, man. Abraham Lincoln, who else? George Washington, Jefferson, all those big ones, George Washington, all those big icons in American history, man, they all practiced Freemasonry. They all got down with it, man. It says, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so, thou shalt be able to profit, if so, thou mayest prevail, man. So they're gonna, in these last days, they're gonna cook up even more witchcraft, man, because they're gonna seek to those familiar spirits for help, and they're not gonna answer them, man, because even the Lord controls the left-hand side, the wicked side of all things as well, man. It says, I form light, I create darkness, I create good, and I create evil, man. You know, the Lord does all those things, man. This is the last precept I got. This is Psalm 73. I'll start up a little. Psalm 73 and 4. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. And this is talking about the so-called white man, man. You know, how he goes out, he has no trouble. There is no bands in his death, man. He has no cares, man. Their strength is firm, man. They what they do in this world, they have full support. It says, verse 5, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. See, you see droves of Edomites sitting here, immigrating from one landmass to another like that. No, you don't. They're not in trouble like other men, man. Verse 5, continuing on, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compassed them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment. You know? So because Esau himself doesn't have to deal with this type of immigration and children dying on a border, you know, pride compasses him about as a chain, man. He won't take the responsibility for you Latin tribes dying on the goddamn border, man. He'll never admit to judgment, man. He'll never submit to judgment, man. He's a goddamn devil. Why should he? You know, but Esau is not even inching. Esau is taking full steps to his destruction in these last days, man. And it's coming soon. So, you know, stay firm. Stay diligent. Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to say, call halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Kal Kadash, Shalom.